Hi fellow beaders, it's JP and I am here again for my weekly posting of a tutorial, beading tutorial. And this week we're going to make this earring. This is made with Swarovski crystals and Swarovski bicones and Swarovski pearls. So I've made this earring in two different color bicones. I've got the amethyst and the light amethyst. And then I've used 4mm lavender Swarovski pearls. These are also 4mm. You'll need, in addition to those materials, you'll need about some seed beads to make the ear loop here, and of course an ear hook and thread and needles. I've got my needles here. You're actually going to need 2 needles. So these are size 10, and I'm using 6-pound fireline. And you need about 3 feet, 1 yard or 1 meter, however you want to, whatever measurement works for you, per earring. And also the numbers you need. So you need a total of 20 bicones, 10 of each color if you decide to do 2 color of the bicones, and that's per earring. And 30 pearls per earring, so 60 pearls and 40 bicones. I tend to like dangly earrings, which is why, and I tend to like them kind of big, so that's why you're going to see a lot more tutorials with long earrings, long dangly earrings. This particular earring is approximately, so it's about 2 inches or about 6 centimeters in length. So it's kind of a long earring. You can always make them with smaller pearls and bicones. I imagine you can use the 3mm and you'll get a smaller earring. And you don't necessarily have to make all the squares that I made here. This is a intermediate tutorial, and it's a slightly complicated, semi-complicated right angle weave, but it shouldn't take very long to make up. Okay, so let's get started. You are going to, onto your 2 needles, you are going to pick up a pearl on one and let that fall, then a bicone on one side and a bicone on the other side, color A and color B. And then you're going to pick up a pearl on each side. Now you're going to pick up another bicone. So this time if you picked up so like on my left needle here, I picked up an amethyst the first time, so I'm going to pick up a light amethyst the next time. And I'm just going to, same thing here, I'm going to alternate. So I picked up a light amethyst on the right needle, so I'm going to pick up my dark amethyst here. And then you pick up a pearl with one of the needles, doesn't matter which one, whichever one you're more comfortable with. And then you push the other needle through the hole on the opposite side. Like so. Pull the whole thing down. And this is what you get once you pull everything down. Make sure your beads are centered on your thread here, like I have it, and make sure you pull tight. Now, next step is to pick up a pearl on one side and 2 pearls on the other side. The second pearl you're going to put through the needle, and then you're going to push the other needle into it. pull them all together, and you get this. Now you are going to pick up a bicone and another bicone on each side, then a pearl on each side, let them fall, pick up a bicone, make sure you're alternating your colors on each needle, pick up another pearl, and put your needle through, put the second needle through it, and there you go. There's your third box. So we got a big box, a little box, and then a big box. Now we're going to make another little box, so we're alternating. So I'm going to put one pearl on the left and one pearl on the right, let it fall, pick up another pearl, put it through, and then push the other needle going the opposite way. And then just pull. You want to make sure all your squares are very snug and tight because you don't want your earrings to get loose. Now you're going to make another big box once more. So we've got our pearl here, so we're going to pick up a crystal and a crystal, let those drop, then a pearl on the left, a pearl on the right, another crystal on the left. This time I'm going with the light since I went with the amethyst, so now I'm going with the darker one, and our pearl. So it goes through one needle and then move it down the thread, and then we put the other needle in. And then we just bring them down, and there you go. So now you have a total of 4 boxes. Okay, so I'm just going to flip my work just because it's easier for me to work up and away from me. And now we're going to work with just one needle. So we're going to put aside, so I'm going to work with the left needle and put aside my right needle for a little bit. Okay, so make sure you're holding the thread pretty tight because you don't want the circle to get loose. And you're going to take your needle, it's coming out of this pearl. So you are going to go through the bicone, the pearl, the bicone, and then the pearl of the next box here, the small box. You're going to just pull. And now you're going to go through the bicone of the next big box here. And pull. Okay, so since we're coming out of a bicone, you want to pick up a pearl. And since this bicone is a light amethyst, we're going to put our amethyst colored bicone and another pearl. Now we're going to pick up the light amethyst and one more pearl. So we're forming a big box, but this big box is already sharing this amethyst, this pearl, and this amethyst, or sorry, this light amethyst. Basically, these 3 beads are already there for our box, and so we only need to pick up 5 beads. So now you're going to take your needle and you're going to go through the amethyst, the pearl, and you are going to come out of the light amethyst. And this is what you should get. Now take your needle and go through. the pearl. Pick up 2 pearls because you're going to make a small box, but we've already got 2 pearls as part of the box, so we're just going to go through those, go around, there we go, and now we got another small box. Okay, so now that we did that, we have to, our next one is going to be a big box. So push the needle through the amethyst bicone, the pearl, and the next light amethyst bicone. So this time it's actually going to be 5 beads are already on here, or sorry, 4 beads. So this pearl also counts. So we have a pearl, a bicone, a pearl, and a bicone. So we need basically 2 more pearls. I bumped the camera, sorry about that. We need 2 more pearls and 2 more bicones. So since we're coming out of a bicone, we're going to pick up a pearl, then I'm going to pick up the amethyst bicone, a pearl, and my light amethyst bicone. And now you're going to go through this pearl, the amethyst bicone, and the pearl, and then the light amethyst. There you go. So that's all you have to do. Now you're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side using the other needle. Once you've completed the second side, this is what it should look like. And now what you're going to do, and the reason why I had you take about 3 feet of thread, is you are actually going to reinforce your earring by going through all of the beads again. So we're going to start with this one, and so just go through them all, and once the left side and the right side of the needles, once the left side gets too short or starts to get short, go ahead and tie 1/2 inch knots and do about 3 of them, and then basically weave your excess thread through and cut it off. So here I'm just going to follow the beaded path basically. So I'm going through all these boxes, and this pole is eluding me for some reason. There we go. Okay. The pearls have smaller holes, so they seem to be harder to find. Anyway, go ahead and do this all the way around, and then I'm going to show you how to make the loop for the ear hook, and we're going to be done with our earring. Your thread is probably over here somewhere after you've made your last box, probably coming out of this bicone. So what you're going to do is work your thread. This is, I've already worked through one of my threads. I'm down to 1 needle. I wove it in, tied some 1/2 inch knots. Now, what you want to do is just work this thread up to this pearl at the top. And I pulled my sorry about that. Anyway, work your way up to this pearl. Pick up 5 seed beads and then go around the pearl like so. Next, go through the seed beads again and around the pearl. Come back up the seed beads. So you're going to come back up 3 of the seed beads. And then you're going to pick up 5 more beads. And you're going to go around this bead and you're going to make a circle. And then you're going to reinforce the circle by going through the beads again. And so let's 2 times. I'm going to do it one more time. And now I'm just going to weave down and go through the pearl again and then work down. Tie a 1/2 inch knot here. Work down to the bicone. Tie another 1/2 inch knot between the pearl and the bicone, and go through the pearl and another pearl. I'm going to go through make my 3rd 1/2 inch knot here between this bicone and pearl. At this point it's really up to you which way you do this. You just want to, essentially you're reinforcing the thread, going through the beads multiple times, and it makes the earrings feel less flimsy, or it just strengthens the beading. So I'm actually going to do a 4th because I just have a little extra thread. I think I might as well keep going. Alright, and I'm just going to weave away. Okay, and we can cut the thread. Once you've woven your thread through and cut the excess, go ahead and feed your ear hook into the loop that you made, and as I did here, and I'm just going to close this, and there we are. There's our earring. So, there you go. 2 lovely earrings, a pair, essentially. So, I think these are very pretty. I think if you made them in sort of red and white, using white pearls and red crystals, or even some red, green, and white, they'd be kind of nice Christmas earrings. You can probably make them in orange and black for Halloween. Just kind of something fun to wear. So, I mean, the possibilities in terms of colors are just endless. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe if you liked it, and I will see you next week.